Are we live? Are we live, guys? What's up? Oh, what's up? Got some zip ties. Got some zip ties today. Got some props. Learning from Billie Jean. Zip ties. Zip ties. Do I have your attention? What's up? Come on in, guys. It's Friday. I haven't done this for a while. I'm a little rusty. Okay. Okay. Come on in. I'm going to keep it short because it's Friday. Come on in. Come on in. Let's cut to the chase. Here's the thing, guys. I am moving, so I'm slowly packing my things as I'm shopping around for my mansion. That's right, my mansion. Sounds so weird to say. Okay, let's be serious here. This is a serious topic today. I'm just a little rusty, kind of. It's kind of weird. Okay, come on, Mark. There's a lesson here. I'm going to go a little dark. You guys want to go dark on this fine Friday? Feel like going dark? I have a lesson, and it's crazy, this lesson. And it's crazy how it relates to one of my stories in a very dark place. So let's kick off this Friday with a bit of darkness, shall we? Good morning. Is it still morning? Yeah, it's still kind of morning. I think it's lunchtime now. Almost lunchtime. Okay, let's do this. What have zip ties taught me about teamwork? This is really cool. I may blow myself away with this topic. Let's start with the story. And I'm going to really try to be a little less ramble. I'm working on that, okay, guys? Now, this is really cool and it really relates. When I was a young laddie, okay, I'm just happy. Am I allowed to be happy? Life is freaking good. So as I'm packing, I'm just slowly packing. I don't know if you guys do that. I don't, well, of course, I pay people to move my stuff. Actually, you know what? I got a lot of comments on that before, and I like moving. I like getting down and dirty. I like renting a truck, calling my brother. We hang out for the day, call a couple of buddies from, my blue collar days, and do the move. I always do the moves. I love doing the moves. I don't want to pay people to do that because it's an experience, and I love it, and I love hard work. I'm sitting at the computer all the time. Yes, I'm healthy. I can do work. I love work. Actually, not to go off topic, but I worked blue collar and I worked white collar in my career. And I always preferred blue collar. I did. I loved working in construction. I loved working in warehouses. And we went all the way to another friggin' topic that has nothing to do with what I'm going to talk about. As I'm preparing to move, I'm packing my things the way I do, nice and neatly. Look at that. That looks like a toupee. It's real hair. It's real hair, guys. I promise. This looks like a hairpiece or something today. Holy shiny object. Shiny. Jeez, I'm all over the place. I'm happy. Okay. So I find these. Best thing ever for wires, for anything. Here's where the lesson begins. When I was homeless, you guys know this. If you follow me, you know this. I'm not going to get into it. I hit a rough patch with drugs, alcohol, and drugs, alcohol. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Ended up broke. I lost my job. Ended up broke. Ended up homeless, and worked my way up out of that, getting into construction and slowly working. There is a point here. The zip ties are about to come in, where I worked my way up to couch surfing, staying in people's places, and then getting into my own place. But before I got into my own place, between the couch surfing and this is so motivating, between the couch surfing, which is crashing on people's couches, and getting my own bachelor place, there was I would rent a room. I did that for a while. I actually got the rooms got better. I think I did that 4 or 5 times, where I would rent a room in a home. And there was one specific place where there was a hide-a-bed. Well, a couple of them had hide-a-beds. But this hide-a-bed, you guys, am I saying it right? Sofa, pull-out bed? I'm Canadian. We call them hide-a-beds. It's a couch that you pull out into a bed. Yeah, pull out bed probably for my American friends. Correct me if I'm wrong in the live. It's a hide a bed. You crank it out. And it had 4 steel rods at the head of the bed. And I had a little TV, a little tube TV back then, not a flat panel. And I used to sit up in my bed, and my ass was right where my head should be. So all my weight of my fat ass, yes, I was way overweight, would put all the weight there, and one of the steel things out of the 4 snapped. There were steel rods. So then I kind of had to navigate as I slept to make a long story short, because all the weight was going there and I'd lose one, all the weight would go on the other 3, then another one would snap. So I slept on one side of the bed, then I was down to my last friggin' steel thing, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna end up on the floor if I don't think of something quick. So I used one of these. It worked like a charm. It worked better than this steel rod that came with the hide-a-bed. I don't know if you guys know what I mean. I just wrapped it around. Unless you've been living and sleeping on a hide-a-bed, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. But a hide-a-bed has a mattress on it, and there's a steel. It's a steel contraption that folds up into a couch, and you could use a zip tie to, if the steel thing breaks, you can use a zip tie, and it's just as strong. It's actually, I think it was more strong. I think it was stronger. So what I would do is I would replace the steel thing with a zip tie. And then that zip tie would eventually break, but no problem, because I couldn't find those steel rods. So when that zip tie would break, I'd replace it with another zip tie. I'd replace it with another zip tie, then another one. Then I eventually all the steel rods were gone, and I put 4 zip ties instead. And when one would snap, I'd replace it. When another one would snap, I'd replace it. And I don't know why it took me so long to figure this out. Why don't I put 6 instead of 4? Because I would just keep replacing the same one, really. I would sit, for those of you who care, oh God, what a life, what a journey I've been through. I would sit on the right-hand side of the hide-a-bed, and that's the one that would always snap. So I would always replace the same one, the one on my right-hand side. So that's where I had the remote control, in case you care. And that one was the one I kept replacing and replacing and replacing. Then I said, why don't I just put 2 instead of 1? Why don't I put 3? Why don't I put 8 of them? Because what would happen was, about every week I'd have to replace it. And I was on that hide-a-bed for close to, probably a year, that one. Yeah, a long time, maybe more. That was where I ended up getting my bachelor after that. So I was in, it was tolerable. I was better than sleeping on a friggin' park bench. So yeah, it was more than tolerable. My point is, I was in that place for over a year, and I used to replace that twist tie every weekish or something, about every week. But then when I put 4 of them, they never broke over the whole year. So in a 4-week period, I would have went through 4 twist ties or 4 zip ties. But since I have 4 working together, they never broke. So over a year, 52 weeks, I would have went through 52 zip ties with that pattern. But I just used 4. It's only 4. That would have got me normally through a month, but it got me through the year, and they were not breaking. Just because they were working together in perfect harmony. And that got me thinking. That's how I'm team building. That's how I'm looking at team building. And I kind of got lucky sometimes not so lucky, but when I have, and now I'm really, it's amazing. This here today just made me think. Let's take this team building, let's use this experience in my life to build my team. I built several teams. I've got Branding YOUniversity. I work with a company with keto, and you're always going to be building teams if you're an entrepreneur. You know that, right? You're not going to be doing all the work. Your job is to find the talent, train the talent, motivate, inspire, teach, and you're kind of the innovator as the leader. I'm talking to you. You're going to be a leader if you're watching me. You're there to innovate, look for better ways to run the business more efficiently, you try to use technology to your advantage, so on and so forth. But you're there to kind of get them. You're the glue that keeps it all together, okay, as the leader. So when I bring in a leader in the past, and this is experience, and to be honest with you, it clicked today when I dug these out. Thought of the hide-a-bed. I thought about going through 4 zip ties in 4 weeks when I use 4 zip ties all at once to work together. They don't break ever. Forget 4 weeks, they're not breaking. Imagine 6 of them, imagine 8 of them working together. 8 of them working by themselves with my zip ties would be 2 months. What would 8 side by side do? Unstoppable. So think of it that way, because when I was building teams in the past, as a matter of fact, I've always kind of done it. I'm learning, and I'm teaching you as I'm learning. This hit me like a slap in the face this morning, and I'm like, I'm going to get my people to work together. Instead, I haven't been doing that. I'm like, you want to be a leader? Let me pull you aside. Some of you know what I'm talking about. I've pulled you aside, and I say, okay, it's your time to shine. Let's turn you into leader. Do your thing, crush it. Here are all the tools. You have one-on-one access to me. I'll duplicate myself. But now this time around, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm featuring 5 superstars over the past 5 weeks. We got the income beast this Sunday. That'll be pretty cool. The income beast in the flesh. Bruno Lavronovic is on the show on Sunday. So we've got the income beast. I'm not going to say the names here because I don't want to mess them up. I handpicked 5 people for my first run at combining the zip ties. And here's my experiment that I know will work well because of the zip ties. Once again, I'm promoting them all one by one, and I'm teaching them all one by one. The basics. There's always a lot to learn, but in our business, it's exposure, right? I have an audience growing every day. I put them on stage. I get them seen, plug them in, get them to do free labor for me, work for me for free in exchange for exposure. But in this, that's how this game works, by the way. And they make a lot more sales and all that stuff. That's how this game works, by the way. Yes, free labor I would do free labor any day of the week if you put me in front of an audience. For sure. That's the name of this game, yo. Just because if you're saying, oh, he's free labor this, free labor that. Hey, I put up a post for Teachers Wanted in Branding YOUniversity, and 300 comments, I think, so far. So yeah, it's free labor, but wait till you see my offer. Well, you're going to get paid though, because I don't want to get into that. In that case, you'll get monetary compensation, because I do things a little differently. So we're going to talk. That's not what this is about. This is about the zip ties working together. So the 5 people in Branding YOUniversity because we're doing a whole Branding YOUniversity 4 coming out now. Again, I don't want to go on a promotional curveball, but I'm going to get these 5 people to work together and mesh together as a team. Maybe, I haven't talked to them about it. Hey, if you're on, guys, let's go through the names. We have Michelle Paris, we have Roy Miller, we have Wendy Mush, we have Bruno Lavronovic, and we have Lorianne Campbell. I almost said Leanne. Those are 5 people I'm doing this test with. See how they mesh together. If they don't get along, fine. One's got to go. I'll decide. No, but you know what I mean? We're going to try. I chose certain personalities that I thought would gel, certain skill levels where they are different skill levels that will completely complement each other, different parts of the world, all kinds of things that I looked at, like more than you probably think. Work ethic, not so much. No, I don't require much work. I give you the stage. You're going to have assignments. In other words, I want to see what kind of metamorphosis happens with these 5 working together. In other words, what if they're all the group admin? Let's see what they do. We don't have group admins in Branding YOUniversity. Now, Do you guys see what I mean by the zip ties? Because that's when magic happens. That's when I can step back and trust that, I guess you could kind of call it like well, it's a team. It's a team. It's a super executive team. Now I'm doing the same thing in my companies, but I have the power and the ability and the freedom to design it the way I want to a T in Branding University. That's my online educational platform. I also have the freedom with the company. Actually, I don't want to say anything bad because I don't want to make them sound not cool. Because my keto company, can't say the name. Yeah, if anyone on that company is watching, you guys have been absolutely amazing, letting me run the way I run. As a matter of fact, you've been exceptional. I'm very grateful to be working with you. We're just about finished building the system. We're about to blow it up. We're about to blow it up. Diamonds coming up like left and right. Diamonds coming up left and right. Diamonds coming up left and right. I'm the type of guy, I'll take 3 months to build a system that just cranks out diamonds instead of grinding to get a diamond here, grinding to get a diamond there. I won't bring in any leaders until my machine's ready. And the machines are one little piece of the puzzle, then it's ready. Then we crank out diamonds. People watching probably have no idea what the heck I'm talking about. Diamonds is the top rank. I want to get someone in, crank them out as a diamond. They're coming in as a piece of coal. They're coming out as a diamond in a really quick turnaround time. So that's the machine I'm building. Now here's where the zip ties come in. I'm going to use the same concept. I have a keto exec team, okay? The keto exec team is the keto exec team. Now, how do I decide who I want to pick out of that exec team to work with each other? Just like the zip ties. That's going to be based on what I see right now. What I see right now. I watch. Here's how this thing works. The leader is going to provide you with leadership, with tools, with everything you need, but you're going to have to put in the work ethic. You're going to have to stop saying, I'm waiting. I can't wait. That's horrible. A couple of words you want to probably get out of your vocabulary as far as business goes. I can't wait, number one. I'm so ready, number two. Or I hope this works. Get rid of those three things. If you're waiting, wait. But work while you're waiting. You're ready. What are you ready for? Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for the funnel. Yeah, I know. I'm building it and I'm ready too. I'm building it. Are you going to wait because you're ready? Who isn't ready? Everybody's ready. Everybody's ready. And number three, I hope this works out. You got to make it work out. Oh, that's a little mini rant. So what I do is I look at the people. I look at the hot spots. Who are doing things. I'm not going to give any shout outs because I don't do that. But in Branding University, it's different. I've got a lot of hot spots in Branding University. I'm just doing this as an initial test, and then we're going to bring people in. And I hope this doesn't come off as, but I work hard too, and I'm ready too, and I'm also just waiting, and I hope this works too. Guys, there's so many criteria that I look at. First of all, do I like you? I'm kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. But it also doesn't have to do with that. Here's a little something. Here's a little something that's interesting. I didn't expect to go into there, but as you're going to be selecting for your team, there go the zip ties, because I'm in an uncomfortable spot right now. With where I put with the foot I just put in my mouth, I guess. I look at people. Oh, this is brutal. Should I say a name of one of my mentors that I really learned a lot from? I don't know. I don't know. A mentor of mine along the way, in my career. He leads a big system. We're friends. Yeah, we're friends. We're acquaintances. I took my own path, but I learned so much of this guy because he's got an amazing way at staying away from drama and gossip and freaking bull schoolyard arguments and crap like that. That's how I look at it. Deal with. Okay. Whenever there's drama, whenever there's gossip, whenever there's he did this, she did that, that kind of stuff turns me off. So I really look for, I dodge that stuff. I really do. It takes up a lot of energy. Takes up, there you go. Takes up a lot of energy. Takes up a ton of energy. Guys, do you guys know how much hate mail I get? I can't put energy on that. I mean, sometimes I got to call somebody out if I have to. If it's going to hurt, if it's going to hurt the company, if it's going to hurt people's incomes, if it's going to hurt Branding University on a large scale, if somebody calls me out, well, that's got to, that, if somebody calls me out publicly and they have some kind of audience or they're doing some kind of damage, they got to go. I mean, they got to go off the internet. I have to pull their plug. Ooh, was that a threat? What I'm saying is, some things have to be addressed, but little things like when there's just noise and gossip about, to me, it's almost all little stuff. Okay, I do look at that. Okay, I try and steer clear from that kind of stuff, because if that's happening in, just from what you're observing, what's going to happen when they try to mesh with other people in the mastermind, right? So, I mean, there's always going to be issues. I'm still learning at doing this, getting the zip ties don't talk. Zip ties go like this, zip, and they're locked and loaded. You put 6 of them together, they're working together. With people, it's a little different. So all I'm going to say is 20 minutes, just, I don't even want to rewatch this, but there was a lesson here, and it's very valuable. Get your people to, start getting your people to work together with each other. Then you as the leader can step back and detach yourself, guy. Detach yourself, guy. Detach yourself, girl. Hey, girl, detach yourself. Because then you're kind of like, you're still at the top. You can be the visionary. You can observe what's happening and spend your energy observing those moving parts and tighten those bolts where they need to be tightened and lube up what needs to be lubed up and add a cylinder here, there, or add some gasoline there, switch the regular gas for premium gas. You make the adjustments and you can look at it from a higher level without being caught up in the support and all that stuff, which, by the way, for the people who are on my team in any way, shape, or form, I want to work with all of you. I want to identify you. And when you raise your hand, it matters. I want to say some names. I have my next batch of people is there. I have a next batch of people. I have batches of people that I'm going to actually go, hey, come here. I want to talk to you. It always happens. I do that almost every day. Hey, I want to talk to you. Do you have time for a 15-minute Zoom? You guys know who you are. Am I in trouble? I'm like, no, I want to see if we can blow you up. Like, blow you up. Get you in front of the stage, on stage, and get you in the university. Because what you guys see on social media is not what's going on. That's not what's going on. There's students in the university that just go in the university. They don't watch us online. They go in the university. They come in on campus. They come into school. That audience is, it's mind-blowing. Well, it's mind-blowing. To me, it's mind-blowing. I went all over the place, but that's okay. It's okay. It's how I roll. So, twist ties. Let's go back to the topic and close this sucker off because it was a long one. Building a team. how am I going to close this up? When you build a team that works together, opposed to just building a team that works independently, team members that work independently, opposed to working together, you got magic. You can detach yourself from it, because if it's a leader to leader relationship, like leader to student relationship, even if you have many of them, you can't detach yourself. They're always looking up to the leader, always looking up to the leader. Always, you need to be there. if I go on vacation. I'm going on vacation. I've earned it, yo. I'm getting on a plane. I'm going to Vegas in May. I'm going to Vegas in May. I'll be gone for probably a week for my company event. So what do I want? I want a team of leaders running the show while I'm gone. I'll still check in. But if it was just me to leaders, one to one kind of, even if I had a ton of leaders, I still have to be there. I still got to do the webinars. I still got to manage. Okay? With the zip ties, you don't have to manage. They work together and they figure things out together. I went on and on. I can't believe, how did that 25 minutes go by? I'm going to close this off with something a little different and say, life is freaking good, guys. I have this topic inside of me that I want to spit out. I can't do it on this one. I was going to do it today, but I found the key to true happiness. And it's got to do with love. Yes, it's got to do with love. Something I never talk about, if you know me. So we're going to close that off like this, guys. Have an amazing Friday. Try to get your team members to work together with each other. Maybe hard to find those selections, but once you do that, you can slowly detach yourself. I will fill you in with my developments. This is a new way of doing business for me, so I could be more of a visionary. Did that rhyme? This is a new way of doing business for me, so I could be more of a visionary. Have a happy Friday, guys, and I will see you guys on social media. Bye-bye.